What's going on, you guys? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're having a great day today. All that good stuff, man. I am trying something a little different, a little brand new, where I'm pre-recording this. Normally I would go live. I know you see live at the top, but normally I'll go live. But I'm pre-recording to try to see how I can do these different tricks and all that good stuff, man. So you see the animation in the background, the blurred out background, and all that good stuff. And so today, you guys, I don't have a guest today. We had to reschedule, but we're gonna have a short talk, man. And I want to talk about how to get attention, right? And how to use that attention to your advantage, and how to use different tools so that you can make a connection, have the influence, and create the impact. So as we get ready to fade out, get ready to get into this talk, I want to make sure you guys make sure you like, share, and show this to as many people as possible. Make sure you leave comments and all that good stuff. I will be on here looking at the comments and responding back because this will be released a little later. But I promise you guys that I'm going to give you the information that I want to give you and all that good stuff, man. So appreciate you guys. Do not take for granted that when I get on the microphone that I am showing up. I do not disrespect. And those who I bring on, I do not disrespect them at the same time, man. And you're going to get that great impact. You're going to get that great information and all that good stuff, man. So first, let's get into this thing, man. The first word that you see on the screen is connection. Listen, if you don't connect with the team or the group or the individuals that are supporting you, come alongside you, or doing the things that you need to be doing, or helping you push whatever brand or business that you need to be doing, then you won't have that high engagement that you want. See, it's all about connection. They want to know who they know when they with whoever they with, right? And so as you start to navigate this space of social media and stuff like that, those who are trying to get in this space to speak to an audience, and those who are trying to get in this space to uh, take your brand to the next level, or expose your business to the next level, or take your information that you are wanting to give out to the next level, it's got to come with connection. People need to hear your story. People need to hear how you can relate. People need to hear how you guys are connected in this journey as you guys are taking this journey together. Now I get it. Most people are like, yo, social media is so much, and I don't really want to do social media, or I really want to get on social media, or I don't like social media like that, or whatever. And I hear that all the time when people say those different things. But then when I ask them, how they know about what's going on, they be like, oh, I seen it on Facebook or I seen it on Instagram. Well, you doing social media, right? You're participating in social media. You found a connection to whatever group or whatever individual that you're constantly looking at, and you're doing social media. Now, you may not be posting or whatever, and I get that. You can say, I'm not posting, but don't say you're not doing social media because you're lying. You are doing social media. And so, as you doing social media, you're trying to find the person that you relate to, the person you can connect to. And so as you starting to build your business, or you starting to build your brand, or you starting to go out here and tell your IP of all the information that you have, you're trying to coach or consult, I need you to look at how are you building that connection. Are you just straight going out and just be like, rah, you run, you're trying to scare people into relationship? You trying to push people into a relationship that cause, that's fearing them into that relationship? Or are you building that connection where they want to come and see you every day? They want to hear from you every day. You have a voice for them every day. And I feel like, and you guys hear me say this all the time, I respect the mic. If you respect the mic, right? And that mic could be from your phone, upgrade mic like this or whatever. People will find a connection with it because you're respecting the mic enough to not uh cast them down, or not hurt them, or not push them in a way where it pushes them away or cause them not to hear you. I need you as a creator though, as a thought leader, to understand that there always a group for you, but you have to respect the mic. And then respecting the mic will make the connection go deeper. And the respecting of the mic will make the connection be a bond. Listen, you may not want fans, but you're gonna have them. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you a story about me. Man, when I first started this thing over about 8 years ago, where I was going live when live was just coming on and being fresh and whatever. I was doing live shows and doing 15 minutes of fame, and I was connecting with people. I did not know the reach that was going. I did not know how far this would go. I didn't know who would it connect with and who would it touch and all that type of stuff. But what I found out, because I kept showing up, but people was connecting with my story, connecting with me, connecting with the motivation I had. I started reaching out in Europe. I started reaching out in Africa, started reaching out in Asia. And so it wasn't spam people either, right? It wasn't spam. It was real people who was really connecting with me. So they will wake up in their nighttime just to hear me in our daytime of what I'm gonna have to say, to set the tone for their day or give them a time to go to sleep. And so you never know where that connection is going to come from, but you got to make sure you respect the mic, because no matter what, you're going to say something, you're going to put something out there, you're going to cast some vision, and it's either going to hurt somebody, it's going to help somebody. I know you might say, well, I can't control that. I can't control that. You're right. You can't control that, but you can control what comes out of your mouth. You can control what thoughts you let out of your mouth that begin to breed or foster this relationship that's going to create a connection. And so in order to grow, in order to get this attention, the connection has to happen. If there's no connection, you can do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say. You can do all the antics that you want to do. People are not going to connect with you. People are not going to support you. People are not going to ride with you because there isn't a connection. And so I'm not telling you to do something drastic or crazy to get people attention. What I'm saying is that people will connect with those who they relate to, and they just want to see, and I say this all the time, they want to see that you're human. Man, go back to that story. I was going to my sister's grand opening. I was going to my sister's grand opening at her beauty shop, and as I was going to her beauty shop, uh, three guys stopped me as I was walking to her beauty shop, and they stopped me and said, "Hey, man, your name Lawrence, right?" They called me. I was like, "Yeah." I thought they either went to my school, they know me from somewhere around in the neighborhood or whatever, but I've never seen these guys before. And these guys asked me and they said, "Man, I watch your stuff on social media all the time." Now, these guys here, they didn't, they kind of didn't look like the guys. I thought I had to back up against the wall and maybe I had to defend myself. But these guys were saying, "I watch your stuff when I need motivation on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook." And so you never know where that reach may go. So you have to make sure, ensure that you respect the mic so that when you do make connection, when they don't know you, they can't shake your hand, they can't see you face to face, they feel like they face to face. They feel like you hugged them. They feel like you shook their hand. They feel like you gave them a high five. They feel like you're talking to them because people are searching and looking for answers. And I said this too is that God give answers through people. Sorry to say this. I'm here to tell you the truth. God used people to answer people prayers. You might be like, man, what? What? Yes. God used people to answer people prayers. And so if somebody's praying for something, God is going to use a person to answer that prayer. And so as you make these connections and as you start to move forward and step into the things that you're stepping into, understand that you have to make sure that you fall in love with that connection with another human in a way that it transform and it changed not only your life but their life at the same time. And that you're not disrespecting the mic and not disrespecting their ears and not disrespecting their heart by saying foolish stuff or doing foolish things that don't edify or build them up. The next thing is influence. Now, as a leader, when you're leading people, the greatest thing as a leader is not the greatest speech. It's not the greatest admin things you could do. The greatest thing you can have as a leader is influence. Listen, I have led hundreds of people being in the military. I've led a few tens of people being civilian. And one thing that I learned is that the leader who has the influence is the leader who will get the job done. The leader who have influence is the leader that will get the most out of each person. And so as you are walking this thing out and as you moving these things out and as you building what you're building and creating what you're creating and going after what you're going after, make sure that you have that level of influence so that people will not only help push you, but they'll promote you at the same time. It's just like the quote, like, do they speak about you in other rooms while you're not there? See, I've laid a foundation where I've created a level of influence on people where people speak my name and I don't know that they said my name in a room, but then when I get in that room or when I connect with somebody, they say, "Oh, they told me about you. Oh, you they spoke to me about you. Oh, you did do this. Oh, you did set that up. Or you did help them. Or you did speak this." And so they speak about me, they throw me out there and they do these different things, man. So understand that the most powerful thing you can have is influence. Why they call us social media influencers. Not that we were trying to influence you to buy, influence you to go to a certain product, which will happen, which shows up, but we have a level of hmm, I don't want to say respect. I'll say position. We have a level of position within your life that if we say a thing, you respect what we say, and then you will go and investigate. Now, listen, this is what I want you to understand too: is that though that people have influence in your life, investigate everything that they say. Though now they may be cool. You may be like, man, they never steered me wrong. They never said anything wrong, and I got it or whatever. I feel you, but still investigate those people who have the level of influence in your life. Your first influence was your parents and their brothers and sisters and your grandparents and then your siblings and then your cousins and then your teachers and then then now your managers and all that stuff. So your influences have changed and you have investigated and researched those things and you found out what was true and what was not true. You found out what was good and not good. It's not saying that the person was not good. It's not saying what the person said or gave to you wasn't good. It's just you investigated it out. And so though that influence is there, please investigate it out. Now, those who are trying to create influence, make sure you take the time to give out proper information. And if that information is not proper, shame on you. Now, if it's something that is super over the top as an opinion, then state that. You guys hear me say this all the time. I don't tell no absolutes. Everything is opinionated. Everything is what I think should happen or what I think will go about. And the only thing that I give solid, concrete answers about is I say if you hurt yourself, hurt somebody, hurt property. But other than that, man, everything is my opinion. It's my suggestion, and I make sure I state that so that not only that those who I'm influencing understand what framework they need to see this in, but they also understand that there are multiple avenues to get to this point. So take your influence as a charge, take your influence as a calling and embrace it, but also make sure that you're using it to the good of those who are listening to you, to the good of those who are walking and want to do what you do. Because no matter what, you're gonna find people who live by your word, who live by your deed. And you can't stop that. You can't control that. So don't even try it. Don't try to control it. Don't try to stop it. Just make sure you're number one. That make sure you're great. Make sure you got it. Make sure you own it. Because if you make sure you own it, then when you giving it to them, then if they operate in it and use it and it works for them, great. Great. So as you create this influence, I want you to look at that at that standpoint that ask yourself that once I release this thing and once I speak about this thing and once I let this thing go, will it build up and edify the person that are listening to it? Because somebody's gonna listen to it and try to implement it. I can't stand when people try to give people something to implement and they know that it's impossible for them to implement, and then they try to do these multiple things to try to say, well, if you can't do it like this, do it like this. And you can't do it like, and you holding people by a string. Like, don't do that. Use your influence for good. Give them the information, give them what is needed, find out what is needed right away, and put it in there. I believe people will respect you more if you use your influence to give them what they need right then and there, and they can implement it right then and there, than try to bait them along and bait switch them and all this type of stuff. Don't tell me it's a free product and it's not free. That's what I'm saying. Tell me up front, yo, there is a cost. There is a cost to what I'm about to take you to. Okay. This webinar is just to get you in here so that I can show you what's my offer. Like, literally, say that. Don't use your influence and your likeness to deceive or manipulate people, because all that does is cause danger and hurt for those who are doing it well, are doing it at a good standing. The last thing is impact. If you want to get attention, make sure your content, whatever you're doing, however you're leading, however you're speaking, it creates an impact. The impact is going to last long. The impact is what's going to brand you. The impact is what's going to solidify what it is that you are doing, saying, or creating. And so you want to make sure that everything you do have some form of impact. How do you have impact? This is how I have impact. When I speak, or when I motivate, or when I train, or when I consult, or when I coach, or when I get on the stages and talk about mindset or leadership, I make sure, I make sure that I speak to like a third grader so that I understand that the person that I'm speaking to is getting that impact, it's getting that hit, it's getting that jolt, because that is the thing that is needed and necessary so that it can come out and produce the fruit that it needs to produce. So so no matter what, so matter how, your impact got to make sure that it goes deeper and then it can come out with fruit. If your impact is surface, then there will be no fruit. If your impact is just sprinkles, then there will be no fruit. You want to make sure that you're producing fruit. You want to make sure that the person that hears you, the person that is following you, the person that is doing what you're telling them to do, that it creates so much of an impact that it produces much more fruit in them and is long lasting. Meaning they can speak it and teach it and give it to those who they need to give it to over and over and over again. And basically, they can reproduce. So if your impact is not reproducing, then I need you to dig deeper, rethink about a thing, and come back at it. And have this one common goal and one focus is that I must create an impact that they can reproduce what I just told them, and that I am able to see the fruit that comes off of them. Don't keep coaching and teaching and all that stuff and you don't see the fruit from them. Don't keep trying to help them and you don't see fruit, because the fruit is from the seed, man. No matter what, it's from the seed. Within the seed, the fruit is in the seed. And so if the seed is not right, then it's not going to produce the fruit. They're ground. They're the ground that's coming to you. Well, they just don't know what they're doing. And they're fertile ground because they have chosen you. They have chosen who you are. They're chosen what you doing. They're chosen where you are going. They chosen you. So because they chose you, they're afraid. They're fertile ground. So no matter what seed go in it, it's going to grow. Now the question is the seed that you cast, is that seed bad or is that seed good? Because it's going to produce, man. It's going to produce. And so that's going to determine the level of impact that you have. So don't discredit, push down, sweep it to the side of your impact. Don't just be creating because you want to create. Don't just be doing stuff because you want to do stuff. Don't just be doing that, man. Understand that whatever you do, when you get on a mic like this, get on video like this, it's going to create something. And that impact you wanted to create is a good impact. But if it creates something outside of that, shame on you. You're disrespecting the microphone. So don't disrespect the mic, man, because you have something that the world wants. You have something that the world needs. And we need you to give it away and put it out there with good intentions. I believe this with everything inside of me. There are 98% of people that are doing good. So you have 98% of good ground that your seed can fall on. Cast those seeds, plant those seeds, throw those seeds out there. But make sure your seed is not corrupt. Make sure your seed is good. So that not only it produce roots that go deeper and deeper, but it also produce the fruit that will happen over and over again. Man, this is the Selfish Leader podcast here on a Wednesday, dropping it in your ear, man. I had wanted to come and just talk about some things that I seen that even for me that gave my attention. Why do people watch me? Why do people hear my voice? Why do people listen to my podcast? Why do people hear me on an internet radio show? Why do people listen to me on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok? It's these three core groups right here. These three core principles is what I pattern everything out of. Now my design is out of that too. So as you see the microphone going around in circle, it's to build a connection, right? You see the microphone is telling you the level of influence I want to be at while I'm speaking on the mic. And the microphone sitting there in front of your face, well, the design from the microphone to everything you see with me on the screen here and me putting my name there and saying coaching consultant is to help you identify what kind of impact you're going to get from me, or it helps prop up my impact. What do you mean? That doesn't make sense. Well, let's put it like this. I said this in the interview, what I said once before. If I was if I had a great steak, if I cook a great steak and I put it on a trash can lid and I put that great steak on a porcelain plate, which one would you eat from? The steaks are still good. You know it come from me. I make the best steak, but you're gonna eat from the porcelain plate. So my porcelain plate is my paint job of my show so that I can create a deeper impact so you're not distracted by the trash can. You see what I'm saying? So I hope you have, and I hope you understand all the things that I put out there and all that good stuff. And I hope you wrote down some notes, took some pencil out, all that good stuff and everything, man. And so I do not take it for granted that I get the opportunity to speak to you. This is something brand new I'm doing. I know I normally do live stuff, but I'm trying to pre-record it because, I want to see how this works, right? Because I do a lot of manipulation and stuff on the side to make my show a great show. But uh, please, you guys, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you leave comments. I will see those comments when they come up on my feed and all that good stuff, man. Please make sure you guys connect with me on that. Also, you guys, I am going to be releasing opportunities to not only sponsor my show, but also get your commercial on my show. Also, for me to promote your show, promote you on my show, and also get you on my show. So there will be opportunities. You will actually see the flyer go up tonight. And so as the flyer go up tonight, we'll be posting it throughout the week and periodically, and then throughout the show. But if you guys want to sponsor the show, if you guys want to get on the show, you guys have like an event or something like that, please contact me. Get in contact me. There will be a place to get in contact me. If not, DM me. Let's get into that conversation. Let's have that conversation and get you guys on, man. I want to thank my sponsor, Millionaire Grind. Please make sure you guys go to Millionaire Grind and make sure you guys get some product. Wear what you want to see happen in your life. You guys see me with the Keep It a Million shirt. That's I'm wearing the products that I want to see happen to my life. I want to see myself create that and put that in my life. And so I am wearing it. So I am super grateful for Millionaire Grind for being a proud sponsor of the Selfish Leader podcast. I do not take it for granted. I do not take it lightly when I get an opportunity of an individual to believe in me. So Ernest Fields, thank you very much for believing in me. You believed in me all these years from when I first started, didn't know what I was doing, had the crazy camera, everything going all over the place. But you continue to believe in me, bro, and I do not take it for granted. I love you for that, and thank you for sponsoring my show. And so as the sponsorships start coming, you guys, I will start posting them. You start seeing them on my feed, on my page, and you'll also see commercials dropped in throughout my show. So until then, you guys, I want to say later. You guys up. Yeah, I gotta navigate. I will guys hit you guys up on Friday. So look for the fortitude mindset tips, you guys. Fortitude mindset tips coming Friday. Be looking out for it, man. I love you guys. Have a great day. And we're gonna get out of here. Let's go.